playoff picture because now it's really coming into focus. And all I want to say with the Patriots is that for them to get in for sure, I feel like I've said that for the last 2 weeks, but they need to beat Miami and they need to beat Buffalo, which means if they beat Buffalo, Buffalo falls to the number 2 spot. Because the Chiefs, the next 2 games are basically cupcake games. So that means that they have to beat Buffalo, and then the next week they play in Buffalo. So it's almost like a replay of last year. Mm-hmm. Except without the week in between. So it's like, yes, you can beat these 2 games, but then you're gonna get Buffalo again.
Yeah.
So what? It's almost like God, the football gods, are hey, you know what? So we're gonna treat you something really nice.
You're gonna get Tua-less Dolphins, assuming Tua does not play, and you may get a half out of Josh Allen because they've already clinched. They really got, other than like home field, there's really not much for Bills to play for week 18. So,
well, it depends. It depends because the Bills and the Chiefs have the same record right now.
Mm-hmm.
So if the Chiefs lose next week and the Bills win, obviously there's no point in them, having to do rigmarole But if the Chiefs win and they won that bye, they're gonna go all out week 18. So it's like you're damn if you do, you damn. It's a catch-22. Yeah. A catch-22. Yeah, so it's a catch-22. I don't know what to tell you. This is why you play the games, right?
So what do you think your chances are? How confident are you feeling?
0. Our chances are 0.
You have chance, right? You can beat Miami, and depending on who's playing, you could beat Buffalo.
Maybe mathematically, yes, but
on a scale of 1 to 10, how confident are you?
I just looked at who. Guess who the Chiefs play next week? The Broncos. I'm telling you, this is how it was meant to be.
So you got the Patriots losing both games then.
They have. If they win out, and obviously the Chiefs are gonna win out. I just don't see Buffalo laying down. They won that bye week. They won that bye week so bad, and I don't. Who is Buffalo playing this week? Let me just quickly look down. Oh, they're playing Cincinnati on a Monday night, right? Monday night, yeah. So this is a tough game.
Yeah.
So what I'm hoping is this, and this is, I don't know if this will happen. Can the Bengals beat the Bills? That's what it comes down to. Because if the Bengals beat the Bills, then the Chiefs are gonna get that number 1 seed.
Mm-hmm.
Even if they take that week 18 off, they know they're gonna beat the Patriots because they're gonna get them in the first round. So it's just a repeat of last year. And last year, at least we had Josh McDaniels on the team. This year we have Matt Patricia. Oh God, who knows?
Yeah,
who knows what's gonna happen in that game? So it's like last year you got embarrassed. Wow, what's gonna happen this year? Who knows?
Yeah,
So that's that. And with the Bucks, what needs to happen for the Bucks to get in?
They just got to win. They got to win this 1 week right here, Carolina. They win and they clinch. So we'll see what happens. I don't know what happens if they lose. I assume they'll need to win the end of that last game if they end up losing this week against Carolina. But if they win this week, they're in.
So, do we trust Brady to win this game? Yes.
I
picked them. We picked them, even though it's going to be a low-scoring game. We picked them to win.
Mm-hmm.
So yes. So and and we talked about this with the Steelers. You need Miami to lose, and who else?
So
the Jets to lose, right?
Yeah. So I need Miami not just to lose this week. Then I need them to lose the following week as well.
And I think they play the Jets the following week.
Right. So, and that's the tricky part because I need the Patriots to win this week against them. Then I need the Jets to win the following week. But then I need the Jets to lose. Right? So Jets have to lose against Seattle or the season's over. So if they beat Seattle, we're not gonna make it, because even if they lose against Miami, that means Miami is gonna have one game on them, and we're not gonna be able to get that 7th spot. So a lot of help needed. Dolphins has to lose out, and Jets have to win 1 out of 2. Patriots have to win 1 out of 2, and it has to be the right game. So that's what needs to happen for us to get in.
So I wanted to ask you this question. So do you think either the Detroit Lions or the Green Bay Packers get in? Or do you think Seattle Seahawks get in?
Let's see who they have left. So right now, as far as record, Detroit 7-8, Green Bay 7-8, and where's Seattle sitting at? They're also at 7-8. Let me look at the playoff picture real quick. For the NFC, you got neither of these teams are really in it, right? So, well, they're in it, but they're looking up right now. The Commanders at 7-1. That one tie is got the Commanders in. So if I pull up the Commanders' schedule, they control their own destiny at this point, right? They got the Browns and the Cowboys. Now, the Cowboys really may not have much to play for that last game of the season. And the Browns, they're still the Browns. I think the Commanders are going to hold off and hold on to that 7th spot.
Hold on to that 7th spot?
Yeah, and then, I think Detroit.
What about New York? New York Giants?
Giants are in.
They're in the 6th spot, but the 2 remaining games, I mean, it's not cupcakes.
Yeah, so they're 8. Well, I mean, do they just need to win 1? I assume
they're at 8. They do play the Colts. I'm sorry, I'll rephrase myself. 1 game is tough game, which is the Eagles, right?
Yeah, so they got the Colts and Eagles. They just need to win 1.
Yeah,
and they're in. So they beat the Colts this week. They're in.
Wow, and that will be the season where we thought.
I don't. Can you believe this? The Giants will be in the damn playoffs, but our teams might not.
I gave them 4 wins.
What'd I give them?
I think you were more lenient. I think you went to 6.
I don't know, because they fooled me last year, so I think I punished them this year. I said I wasn't going to get fooled again. So, no, you're right. I did give them 6 wins.
Yeah, you were more lenient. I just didn't think they had it, but their schedule was easy. I was just not, it was weird, because I think, is Brian Dable going to get Coach of the Year?
Maybe. I'm trying to think who else in the NFC would get it.
I mean, the Eagles coach. I mean, I want to say the Eagles coach might get it, but that team is so stacked.
Yeah, but only 2 losses, maybe 3 by the time the season's over. Vikings. Who's the Vikings coach?
Kevin O'Connell. I think that's his first year too. Doug Peterson, does he get it if they win the division? If the Jaguars win out?
I think I had him as my coach of the year, right? Initially, let me go back and look at my 2022 prediction. Coach of the year. I had Doug Peterson.
Yeah, you had him.
Yeah. You had Brandon Staley.
He's definitely not going
to. Listen, if the Jags hold on and get in the playoffs, considering how many games did they win last year? 1 or 2?
Maybe 2.
Yeah. Give it to Peterson. I thought they would be, honestly. Remember, I told you I thought they'd be in the playoffs. I expected them to be like 9-8 or
more dominant.
Yeah, a little bit more dominant than they had been, but they're here. So Was it a team? I think this is a team that needed a culture change. We were talking about Houston and Denver. Not so much Houston, but Denver needing a culture change. Basically the same thing, you know. And the Jags were able to do it in one season, and with good picks too. So it's not like they didn't have good draft picks. They had they hit on their draft picks too, and their free agents.
Yeah, this is going to be an interesting week 17 and week 18 because, you know, who knows who's going to make it, who's not going to make it. I feel like this is what the NFL loves, is to have, because those other teams, no one's talking about them.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, they're already locked in. You know, you talk about Eagles, you talk about the Bills, the Chiefs. They're sitting at home comfortably. They know they're going to be in the playoffs. But teams like you and I, the Patriots, the Steelers, you know, talking about the
Bucks,
talking about the Jaguars, you're talking about all those teams that are like 500-ish. They're the ones that these last couple of weeks you're talking about. So
any of these 500-ish teams, or even the teams that are like, let's say, spot 6 and 7, the Giants, for example, any of them can pull off a miracle and get to the Super Bowl, you think?
You know,
I forgot where the Bengals were last year.
I think they were a wild card.
Bengals?
Yeah. Well, maybe they won the division. I can't remember now, but I know it's, you know, I just remember the New York Giants being a wild card team and they defeating the Patriots. I don't think wild card teams can do that anymore. I feel like it's very rare. I feel like at the beginning of the century, that used to happen all the time. Of course, there were less teams that play in the playoff, but because it's 500 teams, they get in and they like 1 and out, maybe 2 and out.
I would worry if I'm like the Bills, Chiefs. I would worry if Tua is healthy and he plays, because you can see what they can do when they're at full strength. They gave Bills a run for their money. So that's the team I probably wouldn't want to play. But I think to your point, I don't see like the Giants beating the Eagles or even the Cowboys and pulling off any major upsets. But Miami, I would worry about if they sneak in with like, you know, a 9-8 record or whatever it's going to be.
Yeah, I mean, they have the firepower. I don't know how good their defense is, but they definitely have the firepower with Tua.
Mm-hmm.
It's, you know, to win all road games like Cincinnati did last year, where they just won road game after road game after road game, it's very rare.
Mm-hmm.
And I think when they got to the Super Bowl, they just ran out of gas. It was just like,